Good morning, sunshine. Happy Monday to you. It is Monday, January 8th. Did you watch the Golden Globes last night? It's the start of award season, which is exciting for me as football season starts to wind down personally. The Taylor Swift joke that the host did, it fell flat. It was something along the lines of, why are the Golden Globes different than the NFL? The Golden Globes have less shots of Taylor Swift. She did not love that and took a sip for a drink and kind of had a not so pleased look on her face, if you will. Kelsey's Chiefs won yesterday, even though he and Mahomes did not play. They were rested, obviously, because they have a spot already in the playoffs. If you watch the Golden Globes, I haven't seen a lot of the shows, but I'm thinking I need to add the show Beef to my watch list as it won a ton of awards. But moving on to the big news today and what you need to watch. Tonight is the College Football Playoff National Championship. Number one ranked Michigan is playing number two ranked Washington. Michigan is favored by 4 points to beat Washington, but it's anybody's guess on this one. Washington is the first non-Nike team to play in the CFP championship game. The Michigan Wolverines will seek their first national title since 1997, and the Huskies look to win their first since 1991. Dubs, the Washington's live Husky pup mascot, is hoping to be the third dog in a row to win a title. Uga of University of Georgia has won the previous two titles. Washington is led by Heisman Trophy runner-up Michael Penix Jr., who is playing in his sixth season. Michigan is led by J.J. McCarthy, who head coach Jim Harbaugh called the greatest quarterback in Michigan history. Side note, Tom Brady also played at Michigan. And fresh off her Golden Globes nomination, Fantasia will sing the national anthem at tonight's game, and the school's marching bands will be performing at halftime. As I mentioned, this weekend was the last weekend of the NFL regular season. There were so many teams on the bubbles needing a win to move on. And there was a ripple effect with the Titans upsetting the Jaguars, and all these teams fell into or out of the playoffs because of that win. And after being written off last season, Baker Mayfield of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers earned a $1 million bonus for making it to the playoffs for his team. We'll have more about the matchups next weekend in our weekend preview edition of the podcast on Friday. Let's talk tennis really quickly. With the Australian Open quickly approaching, legend Rafael Nadal announced that his efforts to play have ended and he officially withdrew from the tournament. We will cover all things tennis season and Australian Open in next week's podcast out on Wednesday, the 17th. Headed over to golf and wrapping up with golf in Little Hawaii. Chris Kirk wins this century. It was the first golf tournament in Maui after the fires, and they really focused on recovery efforts. But the biggest win for Chris Kirk was not the tournament, but it remains his recovery from alcoholism and depression, which led him stepping away from the game for about 6 months for treatment in 2019. His big victory assures him a spot in the Masters this spring. He just missed a chance to play in it last year, so congratulations to you, Mr. Kirk. Have a great week ahead. If you want anything else that we talked about, check us out at lastnightsgame.com. And of course, follow us on Instagram where we have daily conversation starters, quick, short little nuggets of fun things to talk about at the water cooler. Have a great week.